Out of sight, hidden away from the modern world, shrouded by a dense wooded area, are the remains of a late Victorian gun battery, which today, if rumours are to be believed, is said to be a hotbed for paranormal activity, with both curious explorers and ghost hunters alike wandering these dark tunnels and rooms, experiencing an array of strange events. Welcome to the East Tilbury Battery. Commissioned in 1889, the construction of the battery was completed by 1891 and was intended to support the nearby Coalhouse Fort with long-range fire as part of the Thames coastal defence system. Unlike the design of many previous forts, which consisted of large imposing structures, the battery was intended to be disguised, with it being built into the landscape itself in a large ditch, with even the 10-inch guns having disappearing carriages, meaning that they laid flush with the building until they were ready to fire when they would extend up above the fort.
In 1913, only 22 years after the battery's construction, it was decommissioned and the guns were removed. For the next few years it was left completely derelict until it was sold to a farmer for £1,200, where he, as well as a number of local villagers, used it for an unofficial air raid shelter during the Second World War. In the subsequent years the site has been left completely derelict. It's now overgrown by bushes and shrubbery, and it's very, very difficult to access, which in a way is good because it has kept a large amount of vandals away from the area. But seeing as the battery was only used for a very, very short period of time, why have so many people come away from here with their close brushes with the paranormal?
Over the last few years, a number of people visiting the battery have discovered signs of occult practices taking place, including symbols on the walls and what may be evidence of sacrificed animals. We believe that these activities may be responsible for some of the unexplained events previous visitors to the battery have experienced, such as the sound of footsteps following them, disembodied voices and dark shadow figures flitting through the empty corridors.
Right. Well, the thing that interested me with this is that to me looks like an altar.
Yeah.
It just looks a little bit more than just standard graffiti. It looks like it's been done with intent.
Well, it's interesting as well, especially because these two on the wings of it. Like, yeah, that one. But again, like, this is a thing you find when you find like occult graffiti. When you find occult graffiti and stuff, because that should be the other way up if it's the proper one.
And uncircled.
Because that one's actually the Wiccan one.
Yeah.
That's the Wiccan pagan pentacle. So that's the wrong way up for that one. That one, you don't see that a lot.
No.
Because that one's like I mean, you could find that if you look up like Satanism, Anton LaVey, Satanism, Luciferianism and stuff like that. That was pretty standard as well. These ones are like custom ones. So, to be honest, out of all of the ones here, even though these are the two most well-known ones, these ones are more interesting because they probably have more personal attachment to the person who made them.
Yeah, and the fact that you don't recognise them and they're probably personal symbols means that it's probably something going on here that's more serious than just some, graffiti artists.
Yeah, as I said, like, it's an interesting assortment of things, especially because it's someone who knows enough about like occultism to come up with two individual sigils and to have that.
Yeah.
But that's wrong. That would be the other way up. Because what you've got at the moment, that one's for the devil, that one's for lot. So you've got two contrasting sigils.
At the same time, it's the meaning behind the symbols in which they're...
That's balance of elements, that one.
Yeah. But again, it's almost triangular in shape.
Yeah.
After examining the room where potential rituals took place, we decided to take a walk through the battery to try and familiarise ourselves with the different areas before our nighttime investigation.
Mega spooky. That's similar to that other side, isn't it? It's just the flip of it.
The way through to the other section.
To be honest, it might be easier doing that than going through the outside.
Yeah. Bigger inside than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be like a couple of rooms, but this is a whole network.
Well, look at North Weald where you have it's tunnels connected to little blocks.
Yeah.
This feels more like it's got different areas in it. Because we've already seen the ammo dump section.
Yeah.
At Northfield, it's tricky to tell what any part of it is. It all looks quite the same. Yeah, that's very dark in there.
I don't know if that's anything original from here.
To be honest, that looks too strange of a thing for something to bring in here.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Obviously, you've got cans and bits, but.
So even the old paint on the walls is
Yeah.
like pink paint.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's like powdery still. Does that go through to anyone under that bit?
Yeah, it looks like it goes through to. Oh, they've got signs on the wall.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to find. Oh yeah, some of it. Cartridge lift, which is the bits from the top we saw.
I think this is going to be one of the creepiest ones when we're actually walking around here with night vision. Just corridors.
Yeah, that's the bit we saw from outside. Is that still the original wood?
I think so.
Wow.
This is where they'd have brought ammo down, I guess. Or sent ammo up.
Yeah. Well, this is the. I'm guessing from this. So this is the lift shaft itself, and you put ammo cartridges through like that, and it will lift it up the top. There's been a fire in here, isn't there?
The old.
Okay. It's a wood.
No, I thought it was.
Someone set fire to the inside of this thing.
There's not even this great big thing. That must be part of the lift, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Part of the mechanisms. Someone's set on fire. It's actually very warm under here as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's warmer inside.
Yeah, there's that pelvis bone there, and then there's a rib bone or something.
That's big animal as well.
Yeah, it's not like mice or birds or something. There's a whole leg bone there.
Yeah, that's I'd say that's even bigger than a muntjac deer.
Yeah, that's a big old bone, that one. Also. And that, if that's a rib bone,
That's
leg bone or something.
yeah, sturdy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's loads of bones. There's loads of here, isn't there? This is a weird little room.
I mean, I'd heard about obviously there being rituals and stuff taking place. I don't know whether these animals have just died here, or whether these have been used in some way in ritual.
It seems kind of strange because you've got all of these bones. You think if it was an animal that had died, they're generally all sort of stuck in one area, but they're all the way out there and all the way in here. But they're like fragments of pelvis.
Do you think how many abandoned places we've been to, forts, houses, anywhere, like we very rarely find this many bones.
Dover Fort.
Yeah, we just don't find any bones anywhere.
There's one. Is that on the top there? Is that bones a bit?
Yeah, there's a bit of bone there. Yeah. Yeah, it's all down here as well. Like that's more than one animal.
It's rapidly getting darker here as well.
bones.
Light-wise, it's getting spookier.
I mean, that's something smaller. That's like, I don't know, chicken maybe, bird.
So it seems strange if that is one animal that's died here naturally, how the bones are so spread out around this whole area and outside.
Yeah.
Is that an pulley system?
Yeah, this is.
This thing here, look. The chain.
Little lever. There's no bones on there. It's like, where would they?
They're all here as well.
Yeah, it's like, that's
Bone room.
chicken, I think. They're all over.
So this, do you reckon, was for the guns, some sort of gun like control?
Well, the guns used to come up and above the fort. I wonder if this is some kind of.
to raise them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's got to be something heavy for this.
That's proper old school though, you can see how rusty the chains are.
we're just about to start our investigation. We're going to set off a locked off camera in the room where we think rituals may have taken place. And then we're also going to put another one in the far end room, which has got a lot of tunnels and corridors there. We've got a couple other bits of equipment we're going to set up as well. And then we're going to basically go for a walk around and see if we can pick up on anything.
You're right.
Yeah.
Quite treacherous ground here. Oh, Luke. Need some light just for this. So this is the ritual room. It's all earlier on. We're just going to set up some kit in here so we can monitor it basically remotely. Well, not monitor remotely, but capture it while we're off filming other parts.
So we're going to set up this, which will detect static electricity as a blue light if there's a negative charge, and a positive light, a red light as a positive charge. So we can see if that gets interacted with. We've also got a REM pod, which you've probably seen before. This creates an energy field around the antenna, and if it breaks that, it will set off an alarm. Can you have your ears?
Yeah, so we'll hear that even if we're in other sections of the building. It definitely looks like there's been some sort of fire there, although you can see on the wall at the bottom it's all dark.
Yeah. Definitely creepy in here.
Ah, artillery stores. Artillery store. So that's where they'd actually kept the shells. Didn't notice that in the
I
day.
think they had cork floors and all that, so there wasn't any sparks.
Oh, right. They've got some sort of like patterned floor.
Yeah, I don't know if it was there might have been a layer over the top. I know they had special floor, like made out of cork and all the barriers around the edge were, so there wasn't any sparks.
Right.
Yeah, I thought that was it might have been you moving out there.
Like the sound bouncing funny. There's that massive piece of iron. You see it next to my shoe, I'm size 13, so that is a huge piece of thigh bone or something. You're running a millimetre, yeah?
Yeah, so getting a 0.0, 6.9 degrees Celsius.
Feels colder than that.
Yeah.
To be honest, with the walk around in the day, there didn't really feel like there was any point where it was like, this is a spot sort of thing.
No, no.
Apart from the ritual thing.
The ritual room, the room with the board and the black walls felt a bit weird, but that was because it was
Yeah.
black walls, I think.
Was it because it was the largest space that we found?
Yeah. Is there anybody in this battery with us tonight? Are there any military personnel?
There's that constant rumbling as well from
Yeah.
the boats.
Can you give us a sign if you're in here, please? My name's Luke. This is Marcus and this is James. We've come here today to talk to you, see if there's anybody at this battery, any military personnel or anybody else.
Remember that goes straight up to the where the gun would have been
Yeah,
as well.
that's
so
why I thought I'd stand there just to
it's a good point. Yeah.
We've heard that a lot of people visit this place and they see people here, they hear people walking around them. Can you come towards us, please? Don't need to be afraid of us. We're not afraid of you at all. With no activity being experienced, we decided to move on to the room littered with animal bones that we'd visited earlier on in the day.
Got very musty in here now. You're on the camera, it's like you're in a medieval dungeon with this.
It just looks. I say it looks, I can't see anything now. That's the thing here, this place looks the part of somewhere that's haunted. Is that why people say it's haunted? Because they've just scared themselves here?
Yeah, I've noticed there's a tendency the places we go to that look creepy is like that's where all the reports seem to come from, but the place we get most activity is places where it's never been never heard of.
Yeah. You tell us what this machine used to be used for, what this contraption? Oops. Did I just break it?
Yeah, part of the chain fell off, I think.
Oh dear.
Don't touch anything.
You tell us what this contraption was for? Yes, now leave us alone.
What was this used for? Was this used for winching up ammunition, or was this for raising the guns? Try with some just EVP.
Yeah, because this come close as I can film the millimeter.
Can you tell us what this was used for? Is it your job to raise the guns?
Are you here as something not associated with the fort? Are you from somewhere else? Staying dead on zero.
Yeah. Again, it's another place that just feels like fine, nothing here.
Yeah.
I just keep hoping we're going to walk into a room and there's just going to be an atmosphere.
Well, especially
in a certain area.
as we've scouted it in the day, we're going to know if it seems any different. Because in
Yeah.
the day, everywhere seems alright, to be honest.
Yeah.
The only one we haven't been in is that what we think's the guard hut building.
Yeah, we'll have to go and have a look in there.
Yeah.
We ventured off exploring other areas of the battery, including some separate buildings that may have been guardhouses at some point. Again, nothing else unusual was recorded or experienced, so we returned to the room where we believed occult rituals may have been performed in the past.
Yeah, this bit's the worst bit for the ground.
Right, so the main ritual room.
Should we go back?
Yeah.
Even walking in here as it is, not feeling much.
No, yeah, I'm on if it needs a second to like.
What about? Hello? Were you brought through here by somebody? Was there a ritual conducted here?
Have you got the millimeter? Try and put it down there.
What sort of ritual was conducted here? We've seen the symbols on the wall, we're assuming that's what's happened. We're just guessing that you were brought through.
Is this someone's altar? Is someone coming back here? So you said there's definitely been cases of hauntings and stuff here.
People have come away and said that they've experienced stuff here, seen figures walking about, heard footsteps walking around, and a lot of people, obviously, because of like
the stuff in here has said that they think rituals still take place and just be a bit wary of it. But that's just hearsay of what people have said online, you know, so you can't really validate any of those stories 100%.
We're asking again if anything is here with us in this fort that can hear us and would like to communicate with us. If you can come to this room and join us in here. If possible, materialise yourself so we can see you. Give us a sign if you're alright, like the sound.
There it is.
Right, so you reckon this is probably the spot where we might get stuff?
No, not really. It's
No?
just, I don't know, just because of how big and black the walls are, it just, you're going to take careful your head on that.
There's a beam here.
Hello? Anybody in here?
Oh, Luke, I don't think you saw before as well. On the, like down these swing parts, there's other rooms, like quite big rooms. As long as a chair or broken, I think. Ooh. See, I'm surprised that they didn't have that weird ritual room somewhere like this.
Yeah.
It's actually like proper underground. What's in that room? Oh. Look at that. What happened? That was so weird.
What happened?
I thought there was a cat sitting there.
A cat?
Yeah.
What's that on the floor?
Literally, what's that? Literally, I was about to come through and there was a cat here looking straight back at me. I'm sitting there. It made me jump. There's no cats in there, is there?
There's no cats in this room.
That's why I was like, whoa, because I thought there was a cat sitting right there looking back down the tunnel. It's almost 8 degrees as well, it's warmer in here. I think it was there, it was in line, it might be where you're sitting actually, like, it was in line with that, so it was like, here? How odd. Well, it was like right there.
I know it sounds really stupid, and it's supposed to sound really kind of daft maybe. You know all the bones?
Yeah. Animal ghosts.
Well, I think I'm reading into it a bit too much, but...
Well, I don't know, maybe. But this thing was small, it was like,
it's just it's a bit of an obscure thing to see.
there's no like animal. It was
Well,
like
you just
that
assume
sort of size there, and it was looking back that way, because I looked up and it was sitting right there. And I was like, whoa, and then I looked again and it was gone.
Yeah, well, they would have seen a cat run out. You'd have seen a cat run out.
We would have heard it, it would have been running around all in here and trying to escape.
Unfortunately, we weren't able to come to any conclusion as to what James had seen. Maybe there really is a phantom cat prowling the empty corridors, or could it be nothing more than the shadows playing tricks on the mind? We continued to investigate the battery for a further hour, even splitting up at one point to see if we would experience anything on our own, but disappointingly we were not able to document any evidence whatsoever to support the supposed claims of hauntings at the East Tilbury Battery.